You're listening to Trucking Tomorrow, your go-to podcast for exploring and understanding the future of trucking from a carrier's perspective. In each episode, we sit down with industry veterans to discuss what it takes to grow your trucking company in today's world. So let's hit the road with Trucking Tomorrow. Here's your host, Brian Jones.
Welcome to Trucking Tomorrow. I'm your host, Brian Jones, and I'm joined today by Nash Zivkovic, who's based out of the Chicago area. He's the owner and president of White City Logistics. It's a 50-truck over-the-road operator in the Chicago area. Serves all lower 48, has a mix of services. They do expedited, FTL, I think they do some LTL as well. Got a great story here. Nash, welcome, and thanks for coming on the show today.
Thanks for having me, Brian.
Awesome. Just to kick things off, do you mind just giving a quick intro to White City? I probably gave just the snapshot there, but you know what you guys haul, modes you operate, regions you serve, any other businesses that you're in, so folks can get an understanding of where you guys fit into the market.
Yeah, I have been in trucking since 2006, and corporation was founded 2009, 2011. We got Trucking Authority MC and DOT number, and first we started with smaller vehicles as cargo vans and sprinters, and then we focused only on semi trucks, drive-ins, and some reefers. So we are over the road trucking company, asset based. We service all 48 continental states, and we like to stay mostly in the Midwest and South, but we can go all over. Mostly we haul dry product, dry freight, general freight, but we have few reefer trailers. And recently we started additional division with chassis and drainage. This is some new area of business that we are exploring currently. So we are based in Chicago area, actually in Bensonville. We have 24/7 dispatch, 24/7 support, and our drivers can reach us anytime, and customers, and we can provide them updates at any time.
Awesome. Sounds like you've grown your business over time, have evolved and built relatively robust systems to service your customers. Would love to start with your story, Nash, if you don't mind, and how you learn the business, right? You know, 50 trucks is no joke, and providing that systems to support everything you guys do. There's a lot of pieces of that puzzle. And so where did you kind of learn the business? How did you kind of come up, so to speak, in the business?
As I mentioned, I started 2006. I started working for one asset-based trucking company, and they had a brokerage division too here in Chicago area. So first I started learning about the dispatch. I had two friends from Ohio that were actually in this company. That's how I met them. They helped me and trained me, and the owner of the company was originally from Europe. So I learned from this three different experience. So they explained everything to me. Owner of the company had experience as a driver before dispatch, and he had a company over 20 years. And these two guys had experience in dispatch and freight brokerage, and they worked for one major brokerage company before, and this was smaller company. So I start from basics, and I started dispatching trucks. I was account rep for few customers, and I worked as a freight broker too for about 5 years. Let's say develop a really good relationship with some of those customers, and with those drivers. But this company had some difficult times and the company closed. So I moved on and started working for a different company and help some other companies grow and train their staff. So I had the idea to start my company. So as I mentioned, 2009, I started my corporation, but I was waiting until 2011 to get my authority. At the same time, I was training a lot of new dispatch in Chicago area and some of them even overseas. And I developed my system, and I think this was very efficient as my priority was to be always honest, 100%. Do not make up any excuses and always provide correct information to your customer. As customer will figure out if you are trying to provide some false information or if driver is providing false information, he thinks that's good idea. At the end, on the long run, you will lose your customer or broker, and you will not be a reliable company. So my main goal was to build trust with customers and build trust with the drivers. At the beginning, it was very difficult as some drivers learn this business on the wrong way, and they think that it's always good to give some excuses, and a lot of trucking companies and dispatch provide, let's say, false information. My idea was to be honest 100%, and my explanation to each broker or customer was we can always make up better sounding story, but that will not be true. So maybe you don't like our excuse. This is not excuse. This is like what's really going on. If truck broke down, truck really broke down. If driver fall asleep, I can understand that maybe you will be mad on us or you will not be happy that we are running late because driver fall asleep. But this is honest story. It's what's really going on, and at the end they appreciate. They can rely on us. They understand we will always provide correct information. So if driver fall asleep, we will explain to this broker or customer his life is most important thing, and it's better that he fall asleep than that we had some accident.
Yeah.
So at the end, they understand and they appreciate. And at the same time, we always provide updates, even if they're not asking. So we are providing updates for each load, as if we are doing the expedite loads or auto parts or something for any load, even if they're not like really important. Each load is important, but if they do not have any specific delivery date or some rush loads, we provide updates. We are trying to provide every few hours updates so they know what's going on with their load. And we think that if we provide accurate updates, if we communicate, and if we are honest 100%, so whatever happened, we will be honest, they will like working with us. And then if they need to choose between two companies, between us and some other random company that will not answer their phone 5 days, they will choose us, even if we maybe charge a little bit more. Maybe we are not the cheapest. You cannot get quality service if you pay cheap, but we are fair without rates, and we are trying to have a professional service and honest approach.
Yeah, I love that, and it's is something that definitely plays dividends in the long run, right? So if
Yeah.
you get that reputation, and it actually attracts more of the right customers too that want to have long-term partners, and maybe it becomes harder to work with and retain the folks that don't want long-term partners. But in the long run, you want long-term partners as well. So it's actually it's helpful.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm curious if you had to make any tough decisions, or if you've lost customers because of that honest approach, right? There's like, have you had any really challenging conversations or dynamics you've had to stop working with someone because, hey, we're really forthright, they maybe didn't appreciate the value as it comes with that, or how, do you have any examples of how that worked in your experience?
Yeah, trucking is specific. So
Mhm.
we try always to provide correct information, to be honest. And some um, brokers, they don't really appreciate honesty. They would like to hear something else.
Mhm.
There is a lot of, I'm choosing my words, as there is a lot of brokers with uh, carrier sales rep just after the high school, young guys that they don't have any work experience, and they are reading the script. They got script from their company. Company have a few thousand of employees, and they do not understand trucking. They do not understand the market. They don't understand how difficult is for over the road semi-truck driver to stay on the road a few weeks, and what issues
Mhm.
he can get every single day or every week. So we are trying to explain each situation. Sometimes we don't have any problems, but sometimes it's very difficult to explain to some new broker, new customer. Uh, they would like to hear a different story. So
Mhm.
we understand that they're used to hearing some random stories or not true stories, but we cannot make up the stories. If we cannot make up 50 different stories every single day and then try to remember, we will have so many issues. Trucking is already difficult by itself, and it's very unpredictable. So every single day it's unpredictable, and issues happen. We need to try to address these issues, and we need to try to predict these issues. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. When issues happen, we need to know exactly what happened, why this happened, how this happened, where, all this. We need to have answers on all questions, and then we can present this to our customer and try to resolve and see what we can do to resolve. And sometimes they would like to, get the simple uh, information, or just to hear that the truck broke down or something like that. And maybe we have something completely, opposite. Maybe driver is not feeling well, or something else. So we always try to provide as much details as we can, and we are here to help our customers communicate and work together. Uh, we need customers for the long run. We don't need someone um, who need just one load to be to get moved, and then move on with somebody else. So we really think honesty is key.
Mhm.
This business, we really live on our um, core values, and trust is one of our company core values, and professionalism, reliability, safety, and team power. So this is how we run.
How does that flow through to what your customer relationships look like today? As you grown to 50 trucks, I can't imagine that you guys are fully on the load boards for 100% of your loads. You have a lot of repeat relationships. What does that look like, and what's that mix of what your volume looks like today?
Well, we use, of course, load boards as most of the companies. We have some dedicated lanes. We have a relationship with some direct shippers and freight brokers, 3PL companies. And we, as I mentioned, I started everything from scratch. So we started with 1 or 2 units and then grow from there. We have company trucks and owner operators too. So basically, we are trying to find the right solution for us. Market is changing all the time, and we are trying to find the best solution for everyone. We need to make our customers happy, but at the same time, we need to make our drivers happy, and company need to make some money. So we need to multitask every single day and find the right solution. So there is no right answer on this. Just we are doing everything we can to keep our trucks moving, to provide good and quality service, and to have satisfied drivers.
Absolutely. And I know you started with cargo vans. How has that grown over time? When you got your first semi, was it on the spot market, and then you were just taking fully load board loads? When did your first dedicated lane come into play? How have you built that up? Because I know that a lot of folks are on that journey and trying to get to kind of where you are today, actually.
Yeah, well, I work as a dispatch over 10 years. So at first, as I mentioned, I got a cargo van and Sprinter and try some expedite loads, and then I made a decision to work only with the semi trucks. So after this test period, I only focused on semi trucks, and then I got first semi truck, and I dispatched the semi truck. But at the same time, I worked as a fleet dispatch supervisor for different company, and I helped this company grow from I think 8 trucks to 120 trucks in 3 years. So I worked for this company, trained their dispatch, and at the same time I had 1 or 2 of my trucks, as 1 or 2 trucks will not be enough for me to handle, as I dispatched daily over like 25-30 trucks for other company and train dozens of dispatch, and at the end I dispatched hundreds of drivers in Chicago area and train multiple dispatch, most of them currently trucking companies or their dispatch supervisors, companies between like 50 and 400 trucks. So from the start, I worked on load boards, and I developed a relationship with some customers. As I mentioned, this trust is very important, as people usually think that if they get $100-200 more on the load, they are good. They're good in dispatch, but you need to have quality and long relationship. So you will help your customer when they need help from you, and they will help you when market is not so great. So you need to maintain this relationship. You need, and I'm repeating myself, but this is what I think. Trust is what I think very important, and most of the companies, they don't really appreciate this, and that's why we have so many scams, chameleon companies, and fake trucking and brokerage companies. So you just need to find the right customer and provide quality service, provide accurate updates, and like go step by step.
That makes perfect sense. I'm curious, in your journey so far, what has been the most challenging experience or step in your growth? Whether it was a certain size or a certain decision. We're curious at the biggest challenge you face in growing your business to date.
So let's divide this question on two parts. So first part, growing company from the scratch is one of the biggest challenges, as you need to wear multiple hats and do multiple things at the same time. So I did pretty much everything except like safety. So dispatch, accounting, I knew everything, and you need to have passion if you're doing something. So you need to give 110%, and you need to be persistent. You cannot expect results immediately. So first challenge is to overcome everything that will face you in first few years. So it's very difficult and everything is unpredictable, but you need to try to overcome everything. You need to be persistent and have passion. Think about trucking 24 hours. I was waking up and thinking about trucking and thinking about loads, if load is picked up or not, about drivers, about trucks, if he had any accidents, issues, and then try to resolve all issues one by one. Try to always learn new things and advance and upgrade your knowledge. Build team. You need to have reliable people around you. This is very difficult too, as some people are trained maybe to work differently. Some of them are maybe trained to work the way you do not approve in your company, and then you need to spend a lot more time to retrain them than if you got someone and trained him from the scratch. So we trained a lot of people from the scratch that never worked in trucking. And whole idea was, even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, to have like 24/7 support, not to have someone, sleeping and then receive the phone call from the customer and then he need to wake up and then try to resolve everything. So idea was to have someone 24/7 in the office, someone that will pick up the phone immediately or reply to the emails. And this will take a little bit of pressure from dispatch shoulders when they go home after 5 p.m. Central Time, someone else will take and resolve issues if we get any issues overnight. So you need to create a plan and focus on this plan and just go for it. So it's very, very important that you don't overthink. You need to have some plan, of course, but if you are thinking too much, there is a saying, too much of, if you are analyzing too much, you will get paralyzed. So don't, overthink certain things. Create your plan and then go for it. And the second part is we are talking about challenges. So second part of the answer is everyone is asking oh, what kind of challenges you guys have? Can you tell what's your biggest challenge? They think it's so simple question, what's your biggest challenge? We don't have one biggest challenge currently. Last 2.5 years are horrible. I don't know what to say. How can I express myself a different way? It's very bad. Recession, economy, pretty bad. And I wrote at least 10 or more things that I am reading almost every day and reminding myself and trying to overcome. I can try to find all those challenges. So it's not one challenge. If we have one challenge, I will fix it. I will resolve it. We're good to go. It's all perfect. But we have multiple challenges. So I'm talking with other companies. I'm talking with people outside of the trucking. They do not understand trucking. And when they hear trucking have some problems and issues, they ask me, oh, what's your biggest challenge? We can help you. And I was like, okay, do you have any experience in trucking? They're like, no, but we work with other companies. I was like, okay, don't even try. You have no idea what's going on. And then, okay, let me try. I have it here. So, yeah, I have here 10 things I wrote. So, first challenge: economy and current market conditions are really bad. I don't remember since 2006 market conditions like this. So market went down from July 22, and we were losing money every month, pretty much. We are losing money not just because of the rate per mile, but other things. So there's not just one issue. As I mentioned, I have 10 things on my list, main things that are affecting the market. Second, a lot of scams, a lot of fake brokers, chameleon companies. We have been scammed multiple times. Even recently, I think we are scammed like 2,000 on one load, 3,900 on one load. We have even procedure how to check new brokers, what we need to do, but somehow these scammers are getting better and better, and then they trick my dispatch team. So they send us the fake rate confirmation. They change just one letter in domain. For example, they introduce themselves as I'm like truck-based brokerage, and then just add one letter like truck-based E brokerage or B broker or something like this. They just change one letter. They create domain. They send email. They make fake confirmation. We get this confirmation. We check their MC number with factoring company, and we pick up the load. We send a bill of lading at the end. This is fake broker. Most of the time we don't get paid at all. Sometimes we get paid after 6 months, or we get paid partially. We don't get paid the like rate that we booked. So we are now dealing with those scammers, and a lot of companies are going down, a lot of bankruptcies, and then brokers are not paying. So this is challenge number 2. So then challenge number 3, again, brokers, but a lot of unprofessional brokers. So they're pretty much sometimes praying that you will maybe be late few minutes, or maybe driver will not be connected on tracking, or he will get disconnected for like few hours, or some other issues, and they are deducting a lot of money. So we had a situation where our driver accepted, I don't want to mention any companies, I don't want to give them, even negative commercial, but for now I will not mention any of them. But let's say, example, we had a load like paid 1,500, and then driver got tracking, and then for some reason connection was lost or something happened, and few hours it was not tracking, and then they charge us $400. We pick up and deliver on time, they charge us $400 for tracking. So, or we had similar situations. So they are just trying to charge you, and they don't understand that we maybe earn like 5%, or like from this load, or like we don't earn a lot. They think trucking companies are making a lot of money, but after fuel and other expenses, we are just getting like pretty much peanuts right now. So, and they are charging us, so we cannot recover from this. Then number 4, insurance and claims. Insurance went up, a lot of claims, and a lot of shady people. I'm not sure how to call them a different way, but that are trying to sue trucking companies. So when they see the trucking company, they have dollar signs, and they are just trying to sue for anything. So we had a situation that someone randomly took a picture of our trailer somewhere, and after 6 months we got email and letter from attorneys that something happened 6 months ago. And we were like, okay, can we get police report, pictures, something else? No, we only have this picture. So they are trying to abuse the system, because most of the insurance companies are willing to settle. So they don't go to court. They are settling, even if person or company that is suing, they don't have any proof or any evidence that something happened. So this is really bad, and it's affecting business.
Drives a premium the next time.
Yeah. And then number 5, fuel cost. The fuel is very expensive currently. Fuel went up. There is no need to explain anything else. Number 6 on my list is maintenance and repairs. We are spending a lot of money on maintenance. So repairs on the road are very, very expensive. We are trying to keep our trucks in good shape, and we are trying to do PM service and to check everything, and we are trying to do DOT annual inspection more than once a year, as it's regulated. So we are trying to do like twice a year, or so we are trying to be on top of everything, but maintenance is very, very expensive currently. Shops are abusing this situation, and if you do not have reliable shop, they will overcharge you. And then even if you purchase trucks with warranty, with factory warranty, as we did recently with some of the trucks that we got, when you need to use this warranty, sometimes they will not honor it, or they will not have parts, and then truck need to sit a few weeks. We had a situation that, okay, they said that we will honor the warranty, but we don't have parts. We are like, parts we need to order. It's back order, and we spent like month or so. So after this month, we pick up the truck, and then again we got some codes, and we went back. So we spent 1 month. We're not making money. We need to pay truck payment. We need to pay insurance on the truck, and then even if we have warranty, we need to pay some, basic fees, like there's some deduction fee or some like fee for checking up the truck or something like that. And then, so we are not making money. We are paying for the truck. We are paying for insurance. We pay this additional, and then, warranty company just saying we don't have part, you need to wait. So it's very difficult to survive currently with these prices, and maintenance is like really, really expensive currently. Next, we have unloyal competition. I don't want to talk about this. This is like really some difficult subject, and I don't want to talk bad about anyone, but a lot of drivers know what's going on in the trucking currently, and we are receiving calls from random drivers. We are not a huge company that we can accept, that we can hire all those drivers, but we are receiving calls because we are in Chicago area. Chicago have thousands of companies. Illinois, I think over 10 or 40,000 of companies. I'm not sure. I think recently we got some email that we were chosen for top 6 company in Illinois between, I think, 12 or 40,000. I'm not sure. I think I sent you that link, but so competition is making drivers lose money, and then they don't trust. They lost trust in trucking companies. They think all companies are the same, and they think somebody will scam them. And then when we have orientation with them and explain them that we really need from them to be honest 100%, then we need to invest a lot more time to bring this driver at the same level as we are. So next challenge, as we have unloyal competition, we have dishonest drivers. So we have drivers that are, they learn business on the wrong way, and drivers that think they can always make up excuses. We don't need this kind of drivers. We have drivers that provide information, not correct information, their application. We have drivers that we decided to hire, and then they never show up. We purchase a plane ticket, they do not show up, or they are giving us some excuses. So situation with the drivers is pretty difficult, and at the same time, some of them, they do not understand market conditions. They are expecting to earn the same money they earned like 3-4 years ago, and this is not possible currently. Next challenge is, as I mentioned, market is unpredictable. You don't know what to expect. Every single day is a different story. So that's why I love this job, as every day is different. It's not boring for sure.
Yeah.
So every day when I arrive to the office, like I'm here from 7 to 5, I'm not sure what to expect. And sometimes we have challenges that we need to address every day or every week that we were not prepared for them. So, and at the end, but this list is not like really on some specific order. This is just like a list that I created for myself, so I can try to address certain challenges. Is towing companies. So predatory towing. This is one of the biggest issues companies currently have. Towing is not really regulated. We are not protected. So trucking companies are currently very in very bad condition, as everyone can do something against us. We cannot do anything. So we need to be at the bottom of the chain. Brokers can push us, drivers, customers, towing companies, insurance companies, and it's very difficult. So predatory towing companies are overcharging. They are doing pretty much some scams, and they are doing some illegal stuff. They are quoting you one price, and then they overcharge you, and no one can do anything. Even if police, sheriff, whoever, they are telling you, yeah, you should pay, and then you can sue them. Or there is no currently any protection for trucking companies. I can tell you a lot of horror stories. Even recently, we had situation, and I will just try to be brief. But if you're more interested, I will tell you more information like after the show. So we were charged over $10,000 for less than 1 mile in Illinois. Yeah. And 0.7 miles exactly from delivery location. Driver had some issue. He hit the concrete part of the electric pole with his trailer, and he damaged trailer and messed up the tires. And this towing company gave us like, I believe like $350 or $400 like per hour, or the like rate. And we were expecting, okay, it will be 1-2 hours or good to go. Then they send us one bill like 6,000, then 8,000, then 9, 10,000. We called sheriff, and we tried to argue with them, and we asked for help. No one could help us. At the end, we were forced to pay this. And then we checked reviews and Google reviews, and everyone was mentioned this is like shady company, a lot of scams. And we learned from mistakes. We should first check all reviews and try to do really good research. And police mentioned that they know about similar companies. This is why this towing company is not on their approved list. And we should pay, and then try to go put them on court or something. But this is very, very big issue for company owners and safety managers. And as I mentioned, now we discussed about 10 different issues and challenges. And when you need to address certain things, and maybe you're working on certain tasks, something else pop up, and this is tracking. Then you need to focus on other things. You need to have like 5 screens and um, try to multitask. So the biggest challenge is that you need to resolve all these issues at the same time. It's not like, okay, let's fix one thing, let's try to resolve one thing, and then in a month we'll do something else. No, you need to like bundle everything and try to resolve them at the same time, and try to find solution, and try to do everything you can to keep company active and drivers active. As you know, a lot of companies went out of business. Even I think yesterday I got email, one company from Missouri, 255 drivers went out of business. Huge companies as Yellow and other companies went out of business. So currently, all companies that are still in business, they are doing something right. So that's big accomplishment to stay in business if those companies that were in business 99 years went out of business. So currently, you cannot set some crazy big goals. We are trying to stay in business, keep drivers happy, keep customers happy, and then hope that the market will change and economy will start picking up after New Year, and then we'll go from there.
Awesome. Well, I like to end on a question about, we're trucking tomorrow. We're talking about what's coming up next. And I think you kind of hit the nail on the head right there. It's like, when you look towards 2025, what's your focus? What's your priorities? Anything else you'd want to add of your top focus or priority for 2025 as you look ahead to next year?
We hope that everything will be completely different than the last 2.5 years. So our focus is technology for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We are exploring few options, how to increase productivity and how to reduce maintenance issues and tire issues. And at the same time, we are developing our internal in-house software. We start we start building this solution, let's say a long time ago, but the Corona and all these things delayed the solution. So in last 18, in a few days will be 19 years in trucking, I tested multiple solutions, and all of them were not good enough for us.
Mm-hmm.
Your solution didn't exist, so I didn't have time to test it before. But that's why I made decision to build my in-house solution and use years of my dispatch experience, so we can integrate dispatch, safety, and accounting options and help my dispatch team, so we can pull GPS location, ELD locations, and automatically we can send updates to our customers and brokers, and this will save us a lot of time, and I think we'll be more productive. And as I mentioned, technology is changing every single day. We are exploring options we are communicating with multiple companies that are building different tools, and everyone have different operation. Some tools will help certain companies, some tools will not. So we are just trying to be on top of everything and understand what's going on in trucking market.
Awesome. Well, I imagine 2025 will be a balancing act across your list of 10 top priorities, and I like it. It's chipping away at that list constantly. So Nash, thank you for joining the show here today. It's great talking with you. Thanks again, Nash.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Trucking Tomorrow. The show notes include links to any resources mentioned in today's show. And if you enjoyed our podcast, please subscribe so you never miss an episode and leave us a 5-star review.